I'm Kate Flanagan, Manager of the Technology Remote Operations Team for Minerals Australia at BHP. BHP is a world-leading resources company with more than 80,000 employees and contractors. We extract and process minerals, oil and gas, operating primarily in Australia and the Americas. Our Technology Remote Operations Centre, or TROC, operates 24/7, supporting critical technology, focusing on our Minerals Australia operations in West Australian iron ore, Olympic Dam, Nickel West and coal. Our purpose is to prevent and minimise safety and production impacts to our assets that are triggered by failure or degradation of critical technology. To do this, our TROC technicians must watch, absorb and interpret large amounts of complex data. They need to determine if an action is required to prevent or mitigate an impact at our operations.
I'm Chad Burrows, Principal Remote Operations Technology Performance for Minerals Australia. TROC HMI uses Ignition Perspective to present a wide range of data as alarm and events to our technicians within TROC. It allows us to combine monitoring data from many devices into a single intuitive user interface so that we can respond to abnormal situations in near real time. Our system currently monitors data from over 30 locations across Australia, and it consists of multiple domains within each of those locations. We monitor thousands of devices, including PLCs, switches, servers and applications, and this results in over 1 million data points coming into Ignition, all of those critical to keeping our operations running. The unique aspect of this project was that we developed a custom OPC UA connector for Ignition. This allowed us to integrate directly to our OSI Pi infrastructure across Australia. In doing so, we actually watch and collect live data as it streams into the interfaces in OSI Pi, even before it's written to disk.
The new aggregated view provides additional context to alarms and screens, which has significantly enhanced the team's ability to make timely and informed decisions. They're now empowered to proactively action alerts to mitigate incidents, as opposed to reactively respond to an incident that's already happened. We now have over 80 people using the TROC HMI, and the feedback to date has been overwhelmingly positive. The team are excited to have a fit-for-purpose solution designed specifically to set them up for success.
I'm Jeff Farmer, Superintendent of Technology Remote Operations, Minerals Australia at BHP. I use the Ignition HMI system to assist the Technology Remote Operations team with promptly actioning critical and high priority alarms. I also use it as a reference to drive escalations, actions, or even just conversation.
Previously, the team performed this process manually. They searched through alerts across multiple isolated systems. These alerts were presented in multiple forms. It could have been one of thousands of uncontextualised emails, phone calls, or simply through eyes on glass. Monitoring multiple application screens and logs was obviously difficult and frustrating for the team.
The TROC HMI now allows the technicians to have one source of truth for what they need to respond to. They can trust the priorities associated with those alarms. So if something comes up as a critical alarm, they know it's something they should be looking into and responding to. They also now have the method of acknowledging alarms so that we know who acknowledged and when, and they know that somebody is onto that.
The benefit of HMI for the technicians is it's supporting a more proactive and preventative way of working. A HMI tool facilitates this as targets the most critical of alarms, prioritises them according to potential impact, and can have a threshold set as a trigger point to enable proactive work. Another benefit is high performance graphics, which allows anyone to focus in on a problem and get to the right information faster. The built-in themes also allow for a dark mode on night shift. Design and functionality has been approached with the end user in mind.
It's worth noting that using Ignition Perspective, we've found it to be many times faster than other products on the market in creating a large-scale project such as TROC HMI. This is the landing page for TROC HMI. It gives you an overview of the sites we monitor and the equipment that we're monitoring at each of those sites. You can see here we've got a couple of active alarms on servers and PLCs, hence the flashing borders indicating the active unacknowledged alarm. From there we can drill into something like the PLCs here. It'll give us an overview of the PLCs at that location, and again we can see which one has an active alarm and drill into that. You can see we get a whole bunch of information about that PLC on the side panel. We can trend stuff from there if we've got a trend for it, or we can go back to the landing page and have a look at something else like our servers that are in alarm here. See which server is in alarm, drill into that. and drill into the data structure associated with that server. You can see a whole bunch of information there. We can go back to the landing page. I can drill into network. This will give you a view of the layer 2 switches and where they are. I can drill into a room like comms room 1 there, and it'll give me a view of the layout of those switches, showing live information for all the interfaces and CPU metrics on those switches. Lastly, we can have a look at the status of alarms, and an active alarm, we can go and click on that and get a trend to see what it's been doing in the last few minutes. So one of the additional benefits from TROC HMI is the fact that anyone with the right permissions can actually get it on their phone, out in the field, in a substation, out on site. They've got access to the same information that we do, and that enables everyone in our business, not just TROC, to use that information for what is going to benefit them. We had been looking for a solution to enable our TROC technicians and provide a single pane of glass for them to monitor our environments for quite some time. Ignition Perspective solved that problem by providing us with a simple and scalable solution that integrates with everything that we needed it to.
The single interface has allowed us to improve how we prioritise, our response times and outage durations, which more importantly means that we're preventing and minimising technology-related safety and production impacts to our people and our operations.